Yeah, first I will introduce myself. I'm head of community at Apus Network. Um, we use a lot of big words quite often, and I feel like that's maybe a little bit superfluous, a bit unnecessary. So I kind of want to go back to what we're actually building, right? So enabling verifiable decentralized AI through deterministic GPU computing. Right, I mean, it sounds good, right? I get it. And it is what we're doing. But however, maybe we can sort of bring things back down a little, right? Everyone here, put your hand up if you haven't used AI. Right, no one. Everyone is using AI in some way or another. However, we're all working with black boxes, right? We're putting inputs in, we're getting outputs back, and we're happy with that, and it works. We have really no idea what's going on the other side of that. We really want to change that at Apus. We want to make a fully verifiable AI system, and we want to become the default place for AI on AO. So probably should pick up this one. So it's been a busy year. I'm just going to quickly go through what we've done over the last 6 months. And I'm going to start with the sort of more fun parts as well. So in December 23 last year, we launched our token. We sort of ran with the fair launch season a little bit earlier than the rest of the fair launch season. But we had $6 million worth of assets pushed towards us from the Arweave AO community within 7 days. So this sort of shows the power that is there within you guys and with everyone else already within the community. And then really a massive thank you to the autonomous finance team, firstly for building this and secondly for putting up with all of our questions. The PermaWeb Index and the fair launch season, for those of you who probably are aware of it, has been a massive help for us, but also for anyone who's building or has the idea to build. The fact that this is available, it's the only ecosystem that has it that I'm aware of, and it brings a huge amount of liquidity and potential. So yeah, big thank you for everyone who was a part of that. It's been a lot for us. There was Eve Denver. Sorry, Sebastian and Ryan, for not asking your permission for that photo. There's me doing a presentation. Hopefully this one goes slightly better than that one. And there's me sending a text message as well. Then we had the Perma Brawl. So this was great fun, really good sort of competition from Forward Research. Thank you again, Sebastian, for organizing that. Base Jump, Bazaar, and Ario. It was something fun, and we had a lot of community activation. So enjoyed that bit. Again, for Ario, mainnet was launched this year, so congratulations on that. We became a gateway operator there, so we also want to support the broader ecosystem. And also Twitter Spaces, right? It's been great. Drew has been an absolute legend with these, both as a host and as a guest. This is just one of the ones that we ran, so thank you, Sam, not here from Community Labs, Jerry from Arweave Oasis for joining on this. We really appreciate it, and just sort of gets the voice out there a bit. And then on to the technical bits. So we've not just been sort of dancing around and talking on Twitter. We have actually been building as well. So let's just have a look at what we have up here now. We're building Hyperbeam native AI. Right, so what does that really entail? On the left, you can see we have sort of our Hyperbeam node up there and running. And on the bottom right, you probably can't quite see what it is, but it is our device. So this is the WASI and N device. And this is how we're connecting GPUs directly to AO. So you'll be able to run them through Hyperbeam. And now we're going to talk about a few of the other things that have been mentioned. We've migrated most of our workload, well, I say most, all of our workload from legacy to Hyperbeam. You can now see that we have seamlessly moved the send message across with push. And as was mentioned multiple times by Sam in the past, that there will be no more dry runs. And today by Sam and by Tom, we have replaced the dry runs with patch. So it's much faster, there is no wait, and also is much more efficient on the computing side as well. And then perhaps most importantly for us, we paired our WASI and N device with WASM64, which is creating a secure, trusted environment for GPU computing natively on Hyperbeam. So just on this, to go over it, the speed side, we got rid of dry runs. The trust side, the WASI and N and the WASM64. And seamless, really, the transition from legacy to Hyperbeam is really easy. The send message to push is just done. So, yeah. We've also been working on GPU TE. So I know there's a lot of talk about TE. These are trusted execution environments, confidential computation. And the most of the talk you would have seen from Sam and from Tom was the SMP, right? So this is the TE within the AMD CPUs, which is necessary for Hyper-Beam and AO to work. However, we've added an extra complication on top of that, right? So we've added the GPUs as well. And no point of having the CPU produce an attestation if we can't verify what's come out from the GPU. So we've been working closely with the AO core team. Thank you, Tom and Peter, especially for this, in actually building HBOS. So this is going to have both the SMP attestations from the CPU and also our CC attestations from the GPU. That's kind of where we are at the moment. So we're still working with them on that, just getting the attestations. You can see on the left here, we do have an image. This is from the H100 we have running on Hyper-Beam, that we can show that our attestations are live and working. Our next step really is exactly what it says at the bottom. We want to ship a device-level module that issues GPU attestations and really unlocks trustless on-chain AI for AO. Okay, so we do have our GPU AI inference live on Hyper-Beam and AO. So we potentially have a video, but we may not have access to the video. I don't know where, okay. I'm just gonna read through it. Basically, we have 5 steps on this. We did realize that we wanted people to be using Apus to sort of pay for the inference requests. However, paying for inference with a volatile token just makes no sense, right? You don't want to be paying $1 one day and then 5 the next and then realize it's only 1 cent the day after that. So we've created, it's not a currency, we've created a stable credit system. You buy them with Apus and therefore you know your usage over time and you can predict how much you're going to be spending. We realized that a lot of people who are our first customers are going to be developers. So basically, once you have your process on our UI, which would be there, you're simply going to paste your process ID in and save. And after that, you can boot up AOS, and you can run everything within terminal. So you can put your inference request in, and you'll receive it back within AOS there. And the only time you'd need to come back to our page is just to review our dashboard. You'll be able to see the credit usage and check balances and continue that way. So it's really efficient. It's extremely fast, and it works really well. At the moment, we have teams within Forward Research and community labs that I know are interested. We also have Permaswap, Bottega, Outcome, a lot of people that are using this. And I know that there are a lot of other projects that have come to us in the last couple of days. But please, if this is something that you would like to see live, we can demo it anytime. Please come and speak to me or Ben, because yeah, we'll definitely add you to that list. Another thing that I was going to say wasn't shown on that video, but since it definitely wasn't shown on that video. Okay, basically part of our tokenomics in the light paper was that we would have a staking system for the token. So we do have that. We'll be going live as soon as we push this out. And it's a very simple process on this. You'll be able to stake your tokens towards our pools. At the first, we're going to launch with just one model live, that's QN. Soon people will be able to push their own AI models onto Arweave and put them in. And also we'll have data sets so people will be able to train them too. And you'll be able to stake your Apus there. At the moment, you'll be earning Apus as your, the interest on that. But what we will be enabling, and it is in the roadmap, I can't give you a time on this, is we really want to make these pools user-owned, right? So as well as receiving Apus as APR, we want to make sure that you have ownership. So we will be using percentages of UDL from the pools so people receive rewards from usage as well as rewards from the Apus there too. So yeah, regarding this, as soon as we have, well, I say before the end of the month, all of this will be live, but just stay tuned on our Twitter to get an actual date on that. And yeah, again, enabling verifiable decentralized AI through deterministic GPU computing. That's what we do. Just remember AI on AO, right? That's what we are, that's what we want to be. But yeah, please do follow us on Twitter so you can see when we are live. And if you are a developer and want to ask questions, just go to our Discord. We're quite lively there, and our developers are online pretty much 24/7. There'll be someone there to answer your question. So yeah, Thank you, guys.